What is going on, guys? It's your boy Stephen Baker back at you again with another video. Today's video, we're going to be talking about getting to the gym, getting your foot in the door, working out when you don't feel like it or you're afraid to. I know a common thing is a lot of people I know are scared of the gym, and I guess a lot of people don't talk about this. I feel like a lot, but I know a lot of people who say, "Hey, man, can you work out with me?" Like my high school friends or kids I grew up with that I'm still really close with, like my childhood best friends. And they'll be like, "Hey, could like I go to the gym with you because I don't really know what I'm doing, and I think I'll look out of place there, and I'm kind of intimidated." And it's sad we have that culture because there is such thing as toxic gym culture, but I feel like the gym community also has a very strong sense of uplifting one another and being there for one another. And there is a bit of a negative side to our culture too. We kind of criticize each other and bring each other down. But for the most part, a lot of people are pretty positive and uplifting and whatnot. And it's sad that we're kind of stereotyped to be this community that's very judgmental and obsessive and, degrading to others and putting others down and whatnot. It's really sad because from my experience, that's not the case. I mean, yes, you have trolls, you have haters, but there's also a lot of people who uplift you when you hit your first plate on bench or hit 30-15 on squat or any one of those milestones. Losing weight, gaining weight. There's a lot of people who are like, go ahead, you got it. There's a lot of positivity that's promoted in the fitness industry. So it's sad that you have people that are still afraid to go to the gym because of how they're going to be judged, or a lot of it, I think sometimes it's just in their own head. They feel like they're out of place. They see other people around them that they think are fitter and whatnot, and they just don't think they belong there when they do belong there. Everybody belongs there. And I guess the biggest thing is having the courage to step their foot in the door. I think it was Woody Allen who said 90% of success is showing up. I don't know if that was the exact quote, but it was some percentile he said. But you know what? It's true. The first big step is just showing up. Putting your pride aside, putting all your scary thoughts aside, putting all this crap in your head aside, and just showing up to the gym. Showing up. That's really the biggest step you can take. It's just showing up. And a lot of people are going to tell me, well, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I have one of my closest friends, big guy, didn't start off big, came into college, looked like a stick. He was like skinny fat, had a little bit of a pooch on him, wasn't fat, but just very just kind of dad bod. Well, I won't say dad bod, but like a miniature dad bod. But I don't know how to describe it, but wasn't a big guy. He went to he started doing push-ups in his room. Started doing push-ups and looking at calisthenic stuff. And then that went to, I'm going to go and work out in the gym. And he didn't know what the heck he was doing. He went in and he just looked at the machines. All he trained on for the longest time was machines because it has the directions right on the side. He's like, oh, that's what I do. And he would just spam it and he got big. And then he started doing more free weights with me and I started teaching him some stuff. And he's a unit and he's just as knowledgeable about the gym as I am because he just did a bunch of research. So research things. Just look up on the internet. What's the best way to grow this? What's the best way to do that? Do your research. Do your background searches and whatnot. And the other thing too, but that's important about the gym is that even if you're doing things incorrectly. Now I'm not promoting doing things incorrectly, but even if you do go in, you're a beginner, you don't know any better, you go in and you do things incorrectly. You do them the way that's not supposed to be done. Okay? Let's just say that. You're still gonna gain muscle. Lifting weight the wrong way will still give you more gains than just not lifting weight at all. And what's gonna happen is that someone that's a knowledgeable gym person is going to come up to you eventually and say, hey man, this is actually a better way to do this exercise. This is how it is. This is the most optimal way to do it. You'll experience more gains from this. And then you learn as you go through. That's what I did. I watched videos when I just picked up the weights. I mean, me, it was different. I wanted to be big. I wanted it. Excuse me. Like I was excited to turn 15 so I could lift some weights. Because I believed that whole myth at the time that it stunts your growth. So I didn't lift until I was 15. I believed that. My parents are big believers on it. So for 15th birthday, I got a bench press. I was so happy to finally bench. I wanted it, And I get everyone's different. Not everyone wants it like that. Not everyone has that desire. But I think a lot of people have the desire to look good. Have a sense of confidence about themselves. Have a way about themselves. Have a presence. And I think that in order to do that, you have to take that first step, which is hopping in the gym. taking that first step. I cannot express that enough. I know I've said it 1,000 times through this video, but that is the biggest thing. Because like I said, you learn as you go. I did not know what the hell I was doing when I first entered the gym. I did curls, and I liked the fact that I had a pump. So I did curls and a bunch of other basic exercises that I had seen in movies. And then the next day I went and did them the same thing. Curls again. I was just hitting all the same stuff. You know, I didn't know what I was doing. And it took me forever to train properly, you know. It took me a while because I was such a knucklehead. But I eventually learned it. You know, one thing I can say is I learned pretty much from my own experience. You know, I didn't have, my cousin was into lifting. You know, he taught me the basics, how to properly bench and whatnot. But I didn't have an Arnold. You know, obviously not an Arnold, but I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a big brother that was like this big jacked guy. I didn't have any of that. I came in there solo. You know, and I worked hard. You know, I'm not where I want to be yet. I'm not on my dream physique, but I made a lot of progress, and I'm proud of that progress. So you just got to put all those thoughts and that negative energy aside and just take that first step. And I promise you, you will not regret it. Because once you see progress, you'll skyrocket. You're going to be addicted to it. The only reason you're afraid right now is you're afraid, what if you fail? What if you peter out? What if I don't make progress? What will people think of me? You just got to stop. Cut all that out. Focus on you and what you want and succeeding your dreams. And if your dream is to get big or build a bigger physique or lose weight or, you know, get buff, get in the gym. Don't care about what other people think. Get your ass in the gym. Thank you.